It's a Wonderful Knife is a Christmas slasher movie that I just found out about like a couple months before it came out. This one is a lower budget film written by Michael Kennedy, writer of Freaky, the 2020 film with Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton. So that one kind of interested me a little bit, and it's directed by Tyler McIntyre, who directed Tragedy Girls and has a screen stories credit for the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. But the main draw for me for this film is the concept. It's basically a play on It's a Wonderful Life. We're focusing on Winnie. She is a young adult who's facing a terrible tragedy and is unable to like grieve properly because her family sort of ignores it. She lives in a small town called Angel Falls, and she decides one night to wish she was never born. And however, she never stopped the killer from a little while ago, so now the angel basically is a killer dressed in white and a white mask, goes around killing people indiscriminately, and she wakes up in a dystopian future where she was never born. So now the killer is free to just sort of ravage the town every couple of weeks and kill undesirables, and no one can help her because her friends and family do not know she exists. So whenever she tries to recruit them, they don't know who she is. So the execution of this movie is pretty good. It was filmed low budget, about a month in Vancouver, BC. Pretty strong cast. If I had any gripes, I guess the movie, I don't know if it was a budgetary thing or director thing, but some of the set pieces were a little bit messily shot. There's a attack at a party that's kind of like uses a lot of lights and quick cut editing to maybe try to jazz it up a little, and then they cut to the inside of a house, and they really didn't do that one correctly. I don't know what they're trying to go for. There's also an attack in a movie theater that isn't quite done well. It's done in the dark with a camera flash. That one's just not well executed either. So I don't know if that's a budget thing or a director thing, but you know, some of the set pieces were a little bit weak. However, the movie has a lot to compensate for it. The movie has a decent cast, really good acting, lots of character depth. You know, if you've seen Freaky, you know, it is a fantasy comedy horror slasher, but it also has a lot of depth with the characters and grieving. This movie has the same thing too. It has some surprising amount of character depth and well-rounded characters that are kind of memorable. Really good kills for the ones that are well directed, and a decent story and cool concept. I also like the production value. It's a lower budget film, but it doesn't look cheap, and it's a brisk 90 minutes. You know, it definitely gets through all the story beats, despite a couple weaknesses in directing. It's a average slasher, you know, with a cool little twist to it. Really strong acting sort of carries it to the finish line. So I give It's a Wonderful Knife a 6.5 out of 10.